Hey everybody, this is Alex Margulis with Cross Country Mortgage. I wanted to impart some thoughts on the difference between pre-approvals and pre-qualification, because it seems to be there's some confusion in the industry sometimes even, but more in the general public, the difference, the nuance between a pre-approval and a pre-qualification. One is not the same as the other, so this is important to understand as a potential borrower and the consumer what the differences are. So when we're thinking about getting a mortgage, you always hear about needing to get pre-approved for a loan, right? A pre-qualification, on the other hand, is more of a high-level discussion that you would have with a lender in explaining them obviously what your financial situation looks like, perhaps even mentioning to them where your credit scores might be, what your income could be, but it's all kind of high level, very just big picture general conversation, nothing verified or documented yet. Now, on the other hand, a pre-approval is that type of conversation in addition to verification of all of those important components of getting you qualified for a loan. Again, credit check, verification of your income, verification of your assets. Those are the things that are needed for the lender to be able to determine that you are in fact qualified and approvable for a mortgage once you find the home. So to get a pre-approval, my suggestion, and I'm certain that of the real estate community's suggestion, is to get true pre-approval rather than just a pre-qualification. And when you're submitting your offer to the selling side and they see that the letter is truly a pre-approval, it will go much further than a pre-qualification letter, which suggests that it's a very high-level discussion that one might have had with the lender, and it's not as strong of certainty that the borrower is in fact qualified, right? Which one makes more sense, the one that's verified or the one that is just kind of a general discussion, right? So that's where the perspective is on one versus another. One step further, if you would like to truly be approvable for the loan, you can get an underwritten pre-approval, which is something that we do at Cross Country Mortgage, and something that I would advocate as well for anyone looking to purchase a home, is to get pre-approved and go through this full, what we call a fast track approval process while you're still looking for a home and have not identified one. And what that means essentially is it's still a pre-approval process, but we take it one step further and submit the loan to underwriting, a human being who will actually review and verify everything that was submitted to us as far as all the documentation information and the application from you for this pre-approval process. And that would allow us to essentially clear all the necessary conditions for this loan before you even identify a property. And all that will be left to do once you find a home is to do an appraisal, get your homeowner's insurance, and more or less that should be it. I mean, there might be a few other details that need to be clarified or verified or updated by then, but as far as the simplicity of this process, you will get fully approved even before you identify a property. Now imagine how quickly the process can go from the time when you identify a property, go into contract and close. You will then be able to theoretically compete with cash offers where the closing can be done in a few weeks rather than a month or longer, which is somewhat of a customary time frame for a transaction. So if you want to put your best foot forward and be able to be looked as a strong candidate for a purchase, especially when there's multiple bids, which is very typical nowadays, this would be a better way to get pre-approved, is to go through that full underwriting process. There's no cost or obligation to go through this process. It's just a way to help you with getting your best foot forward when you're ready to submit offers. So if you've got any questions and you would like to learn a little bit more about these nuances of pre-qualification versus pre-approval versus getting fully underwritten pre-approval, reach out to me and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Please reach out to me at 312-651-5352, and I look forward to talking to you soon.